Right behind, right behind.
Welcome to your first course. Here we have our two takes on aguachile. Aguachile comes from Sinaloa and it can be translated to chili water. So on this side here, we have our strawberry aguachile. We have strawberries, lime juice, and also chiltepín pepper emulsified together to make the base with jicama. The jicama has been thinly sliced, rolled up into a wheel and then torched, accompanied by strawberries cooked different ways to add different textures. We have them roasted, dehydrated in the form of a granita and a chamoy, which is a thick sauce made with strawberries and chiles, with a touch of chile piquin powder as well. On this side here, we have our cucumber aguachile. Cucumber aguachile is made with
Welcome to República. Established in November 2020 and already considered one of the great restaurants in the Pacific Northwest and possibly one of the best in the country. Fair disclaimer, I and two other incredibly talented human beings own and run this place. Believe it or not very long ago, this very space once held a fast food chain restaurant. There isn't a gas stove here. In fact, there isn't much of anything to work with other than electric hot tops and a double-decker oven that cranks out enough food for two restaurants. And yet somehow, this tiny space employs 44 humans, 42 of them BIPOC. Let me repeat that number, 42 in Portland, Oregon. By day, República becomes Platos Rotos, an homage to homestyle cuisine that most of the people that work in this restaurant grew up on. The evening program, which is what you're looking at right now, looks much different. Every night, their team goes out there and puts out 13 to 14 very different dishes in over 6-7 courses. The theme here, Mexico forward. Not elevated, not upscale, not deconstructed, certainly not modern, and certainly not traditional. Simply a tiny restaurant that celebrates its food, its people, and culture in a very expressive fashion. As the famous Mexican author Octavio Paz once said, aprender a hablar es aprender a traducir. To learn to speak is to learn to translate. At any moment, the front of house staff here doubles as servers and professors of Latin American studies. They are more storytellers than waitstaff. Whether that story is troubled or beautiful, there's a level of respect and appreciation for every component of each dish.
This here is a memelita.
That's a tlacoyo, essentially two of the oldest dishes to the Americas, with the exception of the cheese and the olive oil. Everything on that plate is ancestral, meaning it's been here prior to 1519. We add the cheese and olive oil as a way to bring old world and new world together and accept all the good and bad that's come from that exchange. Most people think that this is a restaurant that's Mexican, or Mexican restaurant, I should say, but it really isn't that. This is food that belonged to the Toltecs, the Olmecs, Zapotecs, Mayans, the Aztecs, and every night we get to take creative freedom and change it by adding things like cilantro and cheese and olive oil. Very different to what you would have found here 500 years ago. This for us is a way to tell a greater story, right? Because this is food that belonged to, well, our forefathers, but the things that we add to it belong to our other forefathers, colonizers, your forefathers. People that took from places like Africa and Asia, stole and brought us this so that we could have Mexican cuisine. It's a very complex story, but then again, it's very complex food. Mexico forward. Right, chef? A huevo.